Tim, Alex speaks to, I would say, a majority of the correspondents who write to us via email, and it's persistent. It wasn't just a spasm in the days that followed the announcement of his resignation. It certainly seems to me, it will seem to others, that there is a degree of bitterness there, lingering bitterness about the way Boris Johnson was removed.
And I sympathise with that. And I think Alex's point about the number of prime ministers that have been removed from office one way or another between recent elections is a real problem. We have to reflect on that. But as much as I like Alex, I think what he's doing is really undermining the democratic process now. The Conservative Party has gone through official processes. Boris Johnson resigned of his own accord. And what Alex is doing now with this petition and with this campaign is really doing Keir Starmer's work for him. We are undermining, through this campaign to restore Boris, the new Conservative leader, a new Prime Minister. But my main criticism isn't of Alex. I can understand why he's doing what he's doing. My main criticism is of Boris Johnson for failing to, frankly, slap down Alex and other campaigners and say, look, whatever has been is over, and now support my successor and discontinue this campaign.
Because, Alex, if you got your way, how would it look to the public in the midst of this cost of living crisis if the whole, whatever it is, 6-7 week period process in which the process has been to select a new Conservative Party leader and thus Prime Minister had effectively been a waste of time that could have been spent by what's seen by many as a zombie government tackling the real problems the nation faces right now?
Well, that's not an argument for not doing the right thing. I mean, the bottom line is, we know, and you said it in your monologue, that Boris passed a vote of no confidence. The Pincher affair, which actually brought me back into the sphere that I never really wanted to revisit again, and that's UK politics, kind of forced me to take a stance, because the way that Boris was ejected, in my view, was based on a couple of pretexts which actually don't hold any water. And so when you might be saying that I'm doing Keir Starmer's work, the people who did Keir Starmer's work are the people who decided to put pressure on Boris to resign after he had won a vote of no confidence. Having done that, the rules stated that he wouldn't be challenged again for another 12 months. But the guys who were trying to force him out said, we will change the rules. And
but
this is
Alex,
one of the things that I find really disagreeable with the Conservative Party. Don't change the rules.
Boris Johnson voluntarily resigned. He chose to resign. You may be unhappy at the circumstances that maybe led to his resignation, but he wasn't forced out. He resigned of his own volition.
Well, quite. But the point is, he resigned due to an enormous amount of pressure put on him by some of his colleagues, and I think personally they were wrong to put that kind of pressure on him. The thing that I find really disagreeable is the fact that this was one of the guys who has had a character assassination campaign on him for the last 4 to 6 years, in fact. The moment that Leave won, his name became mud in the press. He had been the darling of quite a few of the people I might hang out with in London, in the nice parts of Notting Hill and the like. The moment he sided and Leave won, he became persona non grata, and his character had been systematically attacked. And you know this because you've been quite close to him for much longer than I have. You know him personally, and I don't. But the point really is about democracy and parliamentary democracy and the rule of law, or at least the rules-based system that people can understand. Boris won a vote of no confidence. He was not supposed to be challenged for another 12 months, but people who were disaffected with him decided to say, we will change the rules. If you don't leave, we will change the rules. That's why he resigned. He didn't resign because he wanted to go.